So Trae Young just got a new budget shoe for 90 bucks. Very solid, even though it has down issue 4 designs all over it. And this is the Adidas Trae Unlimited. Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. With this shoe right here, the big three of Adidas signature shoes all have a budget line now. The Lillard, Harden, and now Trae Young. The down issue line is the one missing. Mitchell has been absolutely balling with the Cavs this season. However, his shoes don't seem to be as popular as the other ones. Or maybe it just depends on where you are. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, the Trae Unlimited has a retail price of $90 US, or $120 if you're also here in Canada. All these takedown models for Adidas signature athletes have been priced right below 100 bucks, but they do go on sale later on. So if you're patient enough, I'm sure this is another one that you'll see at the Adidas outlet at some point. Before we begin, please consider subscribing if you're new here. That goes a long way for me, especially if you enjoy this type of content. And let's get right into some details on these guys. They come in the same box as the Trae Young 2, his main signature shoe. Very simple and straightforward. On the first look, I didn't really like how they look at first, but this colorway and the silhouette are starting to grow on me a little bit. The part that they kept from the Trae Young 2 is the 3 stripes across the forefoot. There is a protective mesh layer that is pretty thin. Underneath that, you can see some patterns. The tongue is very nice and soft. There's a very subtle logo on the tongue tag. They're using Sender laces. These lace locks in the mint color with that see-through part really reminds me of the Dame 6. Moving towards the back, it's got a shell-like cover around the heel. In hand, it's soft and plush. The color and padding inside are very similar to the down issue 4. Pretty comfortable. On the midsole, bounce is the technology featured. We'll get into how they feel on feet very soon. They also has some herringbone and circular traction patterns. Again, just like the down issue 4, it has a line cutting through the middle. I should point out that this rubber does not seem to be very sturdy for outdoor use, which is unlike most other Adidas basketball shoes. You might be able to tell if I run my finger through the grooves, but I have not played in these outside, and will provide updates if I do. Then the weight is slightly on the heavier side, at 455 grams for a size 10.5. They don't really feel like a heavy shoe though, so it's really just in the normal range still. As to how the Trae Unlimited performs on the court, the cushioning setup feels pretty nice on feet for a pair of budget shoes. They didn't use anything different. If you look at these guys along with the Dame Certified and Harden Stepback 3, all 3 budget shoes feature bounce, but they do have different levels of softness and compression actually. So in terms of heel compression, based on my experience, you get the most out of these ones. Then the Dame Certified. And the Stepback 3 may seem a little bit stiff compared to these two. But let me be clear, we're only talking about the cushion here. So yeah, the Trae Unlimited surprised me a little bit with the responsiveness and also comfort level. Really good step-in comfort with that interior padding. Now the traction, I gotta say that this is the worst of the 3. But it still gets a pass, just not as hard of a stop as the Dame Certified or Harden Stepback 3. Put that comparison aside, this also by itself is an example where it's loud and squeaky, but it did not perform as well as it sounded, if that makes sense. On a dusty court, I slipped a few times on a pivot for a turnaround, or when I was doing like hard stops on purpose to test them. You do need to wipe off the dust very often, otherwise it'll accumulate fast on this also, which really doesn't help. With the fit, I went true to size. Pretty happy with it. A tiny bit of heel slippage, but it was for sure tolerable. So if you prefer a snug and tight fit, going down a half size will work too. Just no need to size up, in my opinion. And with this shoe, we're kind of getting the Trae Young 1 treatment because it is very rifle friendly. Kind of rare for a budget shoe these days. Breathability is decent. My feet didn't get too hot over time, and I can confirm that this shoe does work for flat footers like myself. No soreness or major discomfort experienced. I also don't think you'll have any problems with the stability and support. Lockdown is decent too. Overall, I think the Trae Unlimited is another solid budget shoe from Adidas. Cushioning was a big surprise. They're very comfortable on feet. Just that traction is not as good if you're comparing these to the Dame Certified or Harden Stepback 3. If you're a wide footer, you can safely go ahead with these. Let me know how you feel about these Trae Young budget shoes down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.